You're so lucky.
I got him.
Oh, you're so lucky. Oh my god.
Oh, collateral double headshot. Oh my gosh.
What is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny gameplay video. Hey, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys some footage from a couple of different series of sweats that I did on my Striker. You guys know I've been playing a lot of Striker this week, so I did jump into some sweats this week and played with a number of different groups. The first section of footage you're going to see is me, Barry, and Flame against Apex, Chris, and M-Tashed and Gameboy. And this is that opening collateral that you saw here. And I know it was quick, so I'll freeze frame it a little bit before they pass in front of each other. But look how much distance is between these two guys. What a fun collat. So that was pretty enjoyable. But this series was a lot of fun. This was probably my best game. I went 17 and 10. Anytime you have a spread like that in a sweat series, then you can feel really good about it. Because normally in sweats, most players are near that 1.0 range. So every now and then you obviously have the outliers. Maybe one guy just had a massive game and ends up in 20 kills or so with a 2.0 spread. But for the most part, most people are sitting around that 1.0 range or even negative. Sometimes you win a sweat and only one of you guys went like 1.2 and the others are 0.9 and 0.8, and that's just the nature of it. So it's a lot of fun playing sweats, and a lot of people, I know I've seen, because I lurk on a lot of different forms of social media for Destiny, be it Twitter, be it the forums on Reddit or on Destiny, Bungie.net. And, I see the conversations that are had. A lot of people seem to think that I don't like to sweat or that I don't ever sweat. That's not true. I actually really enjoy sweating. I don't participate in the tournaments. I don't really have a set team. And I think a lot of the rules have to change before I would really strongly consider entering them, because some of the rules I just flat out disagree with. So, but that's just me. So I do sweat. I do sweat with some pretty nasty competitors too, and I've had a lot of fun doing that. So the second series you're gonna see is a series where I'm playing with guys like Lambie and I drops bodies and some of those guys as well, and they're excellent players, phenomenal players, and are really tough to go against, that's for sure. And Lambie had some massive games as well. But here was that first match here that we won. And with this series, we won 1 out of 3. This is game 2, so they actually won the series. This was game 2 here on Cauldron, and they're all using last words, except for, well, not all. 2 of 3 were using last words. Last word is super crispy right now. I have used it since the update. It does feel pretty strong, but quite frankly, I just like my Lord High Fixer better. And if I'm going to go into a sweat series, and I know a lot of guys have said, hey, we want to see more diversity other than your just legendary hand cannons. And I have posted a lot of different primaries in the past week and a half or so. But if I'm going to go into a sweat, then I'm going to use what I feel most comfortable with. A lot of guys make the mistake of going into a sweat. Here's a nice slippery escape. A lot of guys make the mistake of going into something like a scrimmage or a sweat, and they think that since they're playing in a sweat, now they got to put on this sweat gear that everyone else uses, and then it totally jacks up their rhythm. So it's not worth the trade-off, in my opinion. Use what you feel most comfortable on. If you're not comfortable on the last word or a thorn or a matador, then you're not going to instantly get comfortable on it in the first 30 seconds of a sweat. It's just not going to happen. So don't mess up with your rhythm. Just stay with what you're most comfortable on. This was game 3, and it came down to the wire. I made a pretty nice play, a team wipe towards the end to take the lead, and then what ended up happening was I tried to get a smash double kill for the win, but M-Tashed actually anticipated the smash and he backed up out of it, so I only got 1 with it, and then he killed me, because when you come out of a smash, I don't know if you play strike or not, but when you come out of the smash, you can't move for a brief second there, and it feels like an eternity. If you do a smash and you choke it and you know there's a guy in front of you, you're like, well, I'm dead, because the amount of time it takes you to stand back up and then get mobile, you're usually dead by that time if you're playing any kind of decent players. So that's what happened. They ended up just barely winning this match, but it was a great series nonetheless and a whole lot of fun. So this is that play here at the end. So Chris is jumping around. My other teammates go down, but I do get I get Chris here, and then I come over to wrap towards this orb, play some defense, but I come up on the flank here. I get the revive for the overshield so that I can challenge Game Boy in a 1v1 with an overshield, and then my teammate comes in behind me just in case I need it, and then we get basically a double revive. We take the lead, my smash is up, but then I ended up pushing in and choking with it. So this is a different series. This was game 1 of that series, and I had some really solid plays. I actually ended up with a was it a 3.5 spread on this particular match. I only died 3 times. So I played really well when my teammates went down, and this is sort of how it has to go in Sweats. When your teammates go down, it's best just to back up. So here they drop my other 2 teammates. I'm like, I ain't going in a 1v3 in Horseshoe where guys come from behind me, basically all directions. So instead, I just choose to bait, and I turn around, I pull a quick 180 to hard scope the door and catch him jumping. So I just took my time to line up that shot. So I got 1 kill on my way out. Sure, they get the revive, but at least that's positive 50 points. And then I get flanked here by bodies. I drop down underneath, and my hand cannon shots they all connect when I needed them to. And that's because I have Icarus on this hand cannon, and so I was jumping through the air there to get off of the crane and still managed to get that headshot. Here I was getting cornered because my other 2 teammates went down, and while they were reviving, these last 3 decided to push me. So I managed to get 1, I go high over this guy's firing line and get the shoulder charge, and now I'm back into mid with my teammates, and I got 2 kills along the way, so it played out really well. So I was really happy with that. So I'm trying to get used to being almost being defensive with my shoulder charge, sort of a different approach to it. And yeah, sometimes I do this, where I just run up in their grills and get those shoulder charges, but at the same time, sometimes I'm trying to use it as a way of jumping over like a corner and then pulling a 180 and using it sort of to defend myself on my way out of a room. Here I get a nice 3-piece, and I trade with the last guy, but I was really happy about that one, and especially since we were behind and I needed to make a play. This was a match where I actually chose to roll with a Plan C, and Plan C is such a great weapon on Asylum. This particular map, it just plays that so well, and I actually went massive on this one and had a blast doing it. So I made a number of really solid plays with the Plan C, and it just goes to show the value of using things that you're well rehearsed with. Even though it's a sweat, I can still do well with a fusion rifle of all things, and have fun doing it. So shout out to Lambie, a lot of fun playing with you, man. He's a phenomenal player. If you don't know who he is, you should check out his stream sometime. I'll link it in the description. Thanks again for stopping by, guys. Hopefully you appreciated the video, and next week I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on my Void Walker and trying to see how it sits in this new sort of meta of the game. So anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys. Catch you in the Crucible.